Assalamu alaikum. These videos are based on selective readings of the book titled Learn 90% of the Quran with Frequently Occurring Words. The book is an endeavor to bring the knowledge of the Arabic language to the non-Arab, English-speaking individual to help him or her understand the Quran with classified word lists. The lists are arranged in interesting topics with transliterations of each word, its meanings, its usage in the Quran, the number of times a particular word has occurred, and the particular part of speech it belongs to. It will be of special interest to teachers and students of Arabic grammar who would like to supplement their vocabulary of the language. If you are someone who is interested in understanding the divine message, this book will prove to be an important milestone on that journey. Please follow the link in the description below. Welcome back to our frequently occurring words in the Quran. The first word today is Ard, meaning the earth. This word appears 461 times as a noun in the Quran. An example of its usage can be seen in Surah Baqarah, ayah number 11, in which Allah says, وَإِذَا قِيلَ لَهُمْ لَا تُفْسِدُوا فِي الْأَرْضِ. And with this word, you now know about 33% of the Quran. The next word is Qad, meaning indeed, of course. This word appears 406 times as a particle of certainty in the Quran. An example of its usage can be seen in Surah Baqarah, ayah number 60, in which Allah says, فَانْفَجَرَتْ مِنْ حُسْنَةَ عَشْرَةَ عَيْنًا قَدْ أَلِمَ كُلُّ أُنَاسٍ مَشْرَبَهُمْ. And with this word, you have learned about 33.64% of the Quran. The next word is idha, meaning when, but for the future. This word appears 405 times as a time adverb in the Quran. An example of its usage can be seen in Surah Baqarah, ayah number 11, in which Allah says, وَإِذَا قِيلَ لَهُمْ لَا تُفْسِدُوا فِي الْأَرْضِ قَالُوا إِنَّمَا نَحْنُ مُصْلِحُونَ. And with this word, your understanding of the words in the Quran comes to 34.18%. The next word is Qawm, meaning the people. This word appears 383 times as a noun in the Quran. An example of its usage can be seen in Surah Baqarah, ayah number 258, in which Allah says, وَاللَّهُ لَا يَحْدِي الْقَوْمَ الظَّالِمِينَ. And with this word, your understanding of the total words used in the Quran comes to 34.7%. The next word is ayah. It means a sign. Now I want to take some time out and explain a very common misconception by a lot of people when they quote from the Quran, they quote the revelation, and they term the revelation as verses of the Quran. The Quran does not contain verses. What it contains are ayahs, and an ayah simply just means a sign from God among other signs. And this word ayah appears 382 times as a noun in the Quran. An example of its usage can be seen in Surah Baqarah, ayah number 106, where Allah says, مَا نَنْسَخْ مِنْ آيَاتٍ أَوْ نُنْسِهَا نَأْتِ بِخَيْرٍ مِّنْهَا أَوْ مِثْلِهَا. And with this word, you have covered about 35.21% of all the words used in the Quran. The next word is alima, meaning knew. He knew, she knew. This word appears as a verb 382 times in the Quran. An example of its usage can be seen in Surah Baqarah, ayah number 60, where Allah says, فَانْفَجَرَتْ مِنْ حُسْنَةَ عَشْرَةَ عَيْنًا قَدْ أَلِمَ كُلُّ أُنَاسٍ مَشْرَبَهُمْ. And with this, you have covered about 35.73% of the Quran. The next word is anna, meaning that. This word appears as an accusative particle 362 times in the Quran. An example of its usage can be seen in Surah Baqarah, number 25, in which Allah says, وبشر الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات أن لهم جنات تجري من تحتها الأنهار. And with this word, you have covered 36.22% of all the words that have been used in the Quran. The next word is kul, meaning every. This word appears as a noun 358 times in the Quran. An example of its usage can be seen in Surah Baqarah, ayah number 20, where Allah says, Inna Allah ala kulli shay'in qadir. And with this word, you have covered 36.7% of all the words that have been used in the Quran. The next word is lam, meaning not. This word occurs 353 times as a negative particle in the Quran. An example of its usage can be seen in Surah Baqarah, ayah number 6, where Allah says, سَوَاءٌ إِلَيْهِمْ أَأَنذَرْتَهُمْ أَمْ لَمْ تُنذِرْهُمْ لَا يُؤْمِنُونَ. And with this word, you have learned 37.18% of the Quran. The next word is ja'ala, meaning made in the past tense, was made. This word occurs 340 times as a verb in the Quran. An example of its usage can be seen in Surah Baqarah, ayah number 22, where Allah says, الَّذِي جَعَلَ لَكُمُ الْأَرْضَ فِرَاشًا وَالسَّمَاءَ. And with this word, you have learned 37.64% of the Quran.